this is Asger, and we are doing our first video segment on our TV and movie reviews. And the video that we're critiquing and we're going over and talking about today is a movie that has been a favorite of mine for a very, very long time. And the actors and actresses in the movies are also just A-list, in my opinion, across the board. So, today we're talking about the movie The Silence of the Lambs, which was released in 1991, directed by Jonathan Demme, and starring Jodie Foster, who plays Clarice Starling, Anthony Hopkins plays Dr. Hannibal Lecter, Scott Glenn plays Jack Crawford, the head of the Behavioral Sciences Department at the FBI, and Ted Levine plays Jane Gum, our serial killer and bad guy of the movie. So, the movie starts out relatively calmly, and we see Jodie Foster running an obstacle course, and while doing this, she's then stopped by an instructor of the FBI Academy, where she's currently attending school at, to go see Jack Crawford, the head of the Behavioral Sciences Division at the FBI Training Department Academy. I believe it's at Quantico. Could be, not sure, but so she goes in and she is then tasked with doing a interview of Dr. Hannibal Lecter, played by Anthony Hopkins, and this is an actor who is known by should be just about everyone. So Jodie Foster, Clarice Starling, is tasked with going to survey Dr. Lecter, which thus far all attempts to do so have been unsuccessful. But our director, Jack Crawford, has an ulterior motive, and realistically, what he's trying to do is he's trying to get information about the current ongoing killings from the serial killer known in the movie as Buffalo Bill, played by Ted Levine, known in the movie as Jane Gunn. So Clarice and Dr. Lecter meet for the first time, and it's a very, very iconic scene in cinema that is known far and wide, and it is the infamous "Hello, Clarice." And I don't think Anthony Hopkins, I mean, he probably does get a lot of credit for this particular movie. I can't speak enough about the way that he portrayed this character, this collective, intelligent, and just ruthless killer that he plays as the character Dr. Hannibal Lecter. And he is. He's both significantly very, very intelligent, and he's also very, very ruthless, which we also see in Jane Gum, or as he's known throughout the movie, Buffalo Bill. Ted Levine definitely delivers on the very darkest sides of psychosis and the darkest sides of serial killers. So, Clarice Starling goes to Dr. Lecter to get some information, which inevitably leads to the investigation of the ongoing killings of Buffalo Bill. Now, being that this was a movie in the 90s, there is a scene between Jack Crawford and Clarice Starling that's a little on the heavily sexist side when they come up on one of their first victims that they begin collecting evidence and profiling as the killings are going on here. But again, this would be the 90s, so definitely quantifiable to that particular era. But Jodie Foster plays a very commanding and a very memorable character in this, and it's especially seen between her dialogues with her and Anthony Hopkins, which are all set in the sanitarium that Dr. Lecter is being held in. And this movie is about delving into the really darker side of humanity, really, is what this movie is a portrayal of. And all of the cast in the movie, very, very exceptionally well played. The director was on point with the message and the vision that was delivered for this particular horror thriller flick. Definitely two thumbs up right there. And overall, I mean, it's just this movie, The Silence of the Lambs, is really an iconic 90s flick, and it exemplifies a very, very long train of really just awesome movies that were delivered and were placed out for movies that were created in the 90s. There are so many excellent ones out there, and I'm really looking forward to delving into some other ones. So without getting sidetracked here, we are talking about Silence of the Lambs. Overall, absolutely two thumbs up. And the ending to the movie has a very unexpected and very twisted ending to it, which then leaves us completely wide open for the next movie that comes after this, which is Hannibal. So, if you're looking for a really good 90s horror slash thriller flick, I definitely recommend Silence of the Lambs. Two thumbs up in my book. And IMDb, I've rated it 8 out of 10. I hope that you love this movie as much as I do. And